to talk about the proper setup and maintenance of your 6280 holster and also your 6004s and all the variants that go along with that. The first things that you do when you pull it out of the bag is you'll notice that it comes with a lot of instruction sheets, user guides, and so forth. Please read them before you throw them away. We all have a tendency to do that, but there's a lot of good valuable information in there. After we remove the user guides, we want to take of course our unloaded gun and set it inside the holster and see how it fits. We purposely send them out to where you want them loose so that you can adjust them to your gun. So the holsters will fit a little differently from gun to gun. So what we want to do first is just turn it over and simply see if the gun can fall out, or shake it over a bed or a towel or something, or even just hold it like I did. I have it set up too loose right now, so now I'm going to take the adjustable tension device and give it a turn. If I give it one turn, turn it over, I can see, and I can actually give it a shake and the gun won't come out. That's a good starting point for the tension device on your 6280 or 6004 type of holster. The tension device in its whole body helps retain the gun in the holster along with its natural sway. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll function the SLS assembly, make sure everything works properly, put it on my waist and actually do some draws. I have an improper grip and I just pull up on the gun. You can see it actually is difficult to get out. Holster actually flips up. This is actually a design feature we've put into these holsters to help retain the gun inside the holster itself. The next thing we recommend is actually give it a spray of silicone. Good all-purpose silicone spray you can get at any hardware store, and actually spray inside the holster on all the way through the suede material. That helps protect the suede and also protect the finish of your gun and help break it in to make it easier to use. After you break your holster in and it's all ready to go, what we recommend is you actually work with it with an unloaded firearm. Do a number of draws with it and get used to the grip, the draw. Make sure everything's functioning properly before you actually go out and do some live fire. Then do some live fire drills. Have a buddy put a timer on, try and put some stress on you to make sure you're comfortable using your holster before you go out on the street. Now let's talk about some routine maintenance. As you know, this is a piece of security equipment along with your firearm. And so it's just as important to maintain your holster as it is your gun. So what I recommend is each time you maintain your gun each month, or each time you clean and oil it, then also check out your holster. Make sure all the screws are tight, nothing's come loose on here at all. Check your tension again, make sure everything's working as you initially set it up for. And also what you can do is apply some more silicone. Just simply spray it on the inside, just helps maintain it, makes everything working properly just as smoothly as originally planned. Another step you can do is actually apply a little bit of brake free right on your SLS assembly itself. It will help maintain it through its life of the holster. For the light mounted holsters, you go through all the same setup and break-in procedures as the non-light mounted holsters. The only difference is you have two tension devices, one in the front and one in the back. The one in the back also helps adjust the holster to fit that particular light that you have, or even for the holsters that will accommodate the gun without a light on it, you can adjust it up properly here too. Now let's talk about extreme conditions. As you can imagine, we've sold millions and millions of these holsters to law enforcement, the government, and the military. We work real close with the special ops teams with all the different conditions that they can get in, from rappelling out of helicopters and all the rotor wash and the sand that it comes up, to even over the beach entrances through the ocean. And so the holster is designed to withstand all these types of conditions. The SLS assembly can handle all of that, submersion in water, rain as you're working out on a traffic stop and submerged in the rain. The holster is designed to handle all those type of conditions. One test that we'll show today is complete saturation. We can take the holster, have it totally saturated, whether I'm swimming through the ocean, in a river, or out in a rainstorm. The holster will work just fine as designed. As you can see, the gun can go inside and out. I can take and function and draw the gun simply and easily, and it works just as designed before. Now, the next thing that we recommend is, after you've been through these types of conditions, obviously you're going to need to clean and maintain your handgun and your magazines. All the testing that we've done, the holster can outstand the life of any handgun or magazine as far as reliability from all the sand and the grit and the conditions. So as far as the excess water goes, what we recommend is just simply let it dry overnight. You can wipe it down with a towel. You can run a towel through the hole, or a rag or something through the inside of the holster and run it down, try and wipe the suede down. And also compressed air. Take an air compressor and blow it out as much as you can. And then finally, you can just set a simple fan in front of it and let it dry overnight with a fan. What you do not want to do is put it in your microwave or your oven or put excess heat to it. It doesn't need that. It'll simply dry out by itself. Now here we are 24 hours later. We let the holster set overnight, and now let's see how it performs. Take our unloaded firearm, put it in the holster, and the first check we'll do is check the tension device. Well, you can actually see it's a little loose. So I'll give it just a little bit of turn, do the same type of test we talked about yesterday, perform a draw, and you can see it works very, very nice. The next step is you can take a little WD-40 to help clean out the SLS assembly. Don't use powder blast or a brake cleaner, as the chemicals in that are too harsh on the plastics. So all we need to do is spray a little bit inside on the top. There's actually a cleaning porthole that we have in the back that you can spray into, and what that does is it helps force and clean out any sand or debris that's inside the SLS, and there's some drain holes at the bottom. So as you move your SLS assembly back and forth, it'll begin to move all the sand and grit and just shove it right out the bottom and get your SLS back in good working order. The next step, what you want to do is take a little dab of brake free and put it right on the moving SLS mechanism, and that'll help free it up too. After you finish maintaining your handgun and your holster, it's time to just double check to make sure everything's working properly. I'll double check the tension on the holster. As you can see, I have the tension device adjusted properly. Simply put it back on, and let's do a test draw. You can see as I have a good proper grip on the gun, and the SLS assembly, as it promotes a good grip, as I push it down, have a good grip, the gun comes right out. If I have a weak grip or an improper grip at all, and I go to pull up on it, you can see how the holster drags, or the suede actually bites into the handgun. Now once again, that's a design feature of the suede itself and the entire holster system and how it all works together, so that it helps protect the gun and helps protect it as far as any attempted takeaways. It helps really control and keep the gun inside the holster. I hope this information helps you with the proper care and maintenance of your holster. If you have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to contact one of our technical specialists or customer care.